Hello and welcome everyone to the online fashion learning session with Anjali Jajodia. So this session is all about the colors because obviously the session is named as color theory. So yeah, before we begin with this session, why don't we just have a quick brief about the brand. At Anjali Jajodia, what we do is we customize as per the customer's requirements, be it anything, be it casual, formals, ethnic wear, or any kind of casual outfit also. Be it for wedding trousseaus, or be it for a corporate event, or a completely Western cocktail party. So all your needs will be catered here. Do visit us. Now talking about the color theory session. What we have to learn in color theory is that first of all, I'm doing this session, is it really important for me? Let me just tell you. Of course it is. At color theory, I would say it is important for each and every person's life because number one, morning hassles of every day wherein you are into trouble deciding what color to wear along with what color pants. Definitely, that takes a long time. So, in case you know that this color combination will perfectly fit in, it will not take you much time than 2 minutes. So, yes, it is important to solve your everyday hassles and to land up into something very stylish. Next up, definitely when we talk about styling, that comes number two. It is really important for stylists to learn about color theory because if you are styling any person, be it for a shoot, be it for a product design, be it for anything, you would need to know what colors look perfect along with what. So definitely color theory is your thing then. Number three, we would say for interior decorators or the home decorations, or even if you are planning your home decorations yourself, you must know that what colors would look nice in your house, like what goes along with your furniture or your walls or your flooring. Everything counts when you put up in the right combination. So, number four, you are not left behind the corporates because corporates also use a lot of sense of color in putting up the presentations, the right banners, the company's logo, designing, and everything. So, definitely, whoever works in a corporate field will also certainly accomplish that color theory is really important to make the right and very good impression. So when we're talking about companies, here comes number five, the graphic designers. Obviously, the graphic designers also need to learn about the color theory since they have to design the company's logo, the banners, the hoardings, the posters, and everything that goes up on the social media. So why not learn about the color theory and make it speak about the company more? And finally, at number six, I would like to quote a very common but very interesting point and very interesting lot of people who would love to learn about color theory. They are the housewives. Yes, of course, the housewives also need to learn about color theory. Why is that? Because obviously every day they have to cook good food and the food looks even more delicious if it is put in the right color combinations on the plate in front of you. So yeah, color theory is important even for you, dear housewives. So that's not all. I have just quoted a few examples. I'm sure there are many other people who would love to learn about this color theory and apply it to their day-to-day lives. So let's start with the color theory. Alright guys, so before we begin with the color wheel, let me tell you there are two different types of color wheels. First one is the RGB color wheel, that is red, green, blue color wheel, which is used in all the online surfaces or the IT surfaces, your computers, tablets, mobile phones, or all that use RGB color wheel. So you can sometimes see that what are the RGB configurations of the colors. It's written whenever you're doing a Photoshop or anything like that or image editing. So that's what it means. Next time you notice it, you will know. So the unique thing about that color wheel is that when you combine all these three colors, red, green and blue, you get a complete white light, just like the prism light. So yes, that is about the RGB color wheel. Now talking about the other color wheel, that is red, yellow and blue color wheel. So these three colors also form a very unique color wheel, and the beauty about it is these three colors when combined can make all the other colors, and you do not need any other color to complete your color wheel besides that. So that is what we are going to do today. We are going to create new colors using only these three colors with us. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Okay, so first up I'm gonna start with the first primary color, that is the red color. So here I'm mixing some of red color, and we are simply going to fill up one of these blocks. Here we are. Such a beautiful block of red color has been completed. Now we'll begin with the next primary color, that is the yellow color. So leaving three blocks, we are going to start with yellow color. Why we are leaving three blocks? You'll come to know soon. Third and the final primary color, that is the blue color. So beginning with the blue. So we've completed our primary color blocks, red, yellow and blue. And now we will be starting with our secondary colors. Colors that combine when we mix two of primary colors. So let's just have a look how it's going to work. First of all, we are taking the two first primary colors that we used, that is red and yellow. So when we combine these two colors, let's see what we get. Here on the color palette I have already used some of red color. So I'm gonna take red to a new different place, and I'm gonna combine yellow with this. So here you can see I've taken red and yellow in almost equal quantities, and now I'm mixing it. So here we are getting a very nice tinge of orange. That's right guys, when we combine red and yellow, we get a beautiful orange color. So this is our first secondary color that we are going to use, and we will fill it up. One block away from red and one block away from yellow, we are going to fill this. The next secondary color comes from the other two primary colors, that is yellow and blue. So when we combine yellow and blue, let's see what happens. So first of all, I'm taking yellow color again on a new place. Here I'm taking some of yellow, and in an equal quantity I would be taking this blue color. So you can see that all our colors are coming out from these three colors only. So here I've taken same quantity of blue. We move on to the third secondary color, which will be combined using blue and red colors. There we have completed our purple block also. Now what about the empty blocks? What are we going to do with them? We are actually going to create the very beautiful tertiary or the intermediate colors that will describe many of the color schemes later on. So here we have orange and red. So we are simply going to combine this orange that we have created with little bit of red. So here you can see how we have got this gradation from red to red orange to orange. Now we are going to create this color, which is a little yellow orange, using more of yellow and lesser of orange. We've completed this entire red to yellow sequence using red and yellow colors, and how beautiful it looks. It has got different shades, it has got different gradations, using just two colors. Yeah, just two colors. So moving on further, here we have yellow and green. So this block is gonna be filled with more of yellow and less of green color. This is our beautiful little light green color block. Now we are going to fill up the next tertiary color, which will be made, any guesses? Yes, you are right. It will be made with more of blue and less of green. This also looks such a beautiful color, from light green to proper green to a little bit of darker green, which contains more of blue and yes of yellow color. Now we are about to complete this color wheel with this two blocks also. The first one contains a blue violet color, wherein we have to add more of blue and less of red. And that's it. We have completed our blue violet color. Now it's time for the last block and the final block, which is the red violet color, which will comprise of, yes, you know it, more of red and less of violet. Fine, so here we have completed all our colors of the color wheel. You can see how beautiful it looks. You can see the radiation of colors from one to another, right, starting from the red, goes till yellow, becomes green and blue and back to red. You can understand this circle very well. So let's just name it. So here we have named our color wheel. So quick recap: red, yellow and blue being named as primary colors. Next we have orange, green and violet named as secondary colors. Third up we have the red orange, the yellow orange, yellow green, blue violet and red violet named as tertiary or the intermediate colors. So now that we have named all our color wheel colors, now we'll divide them in such a way that they form either bright colors or the darker colors, or what we say is cool colors or the warm colors. So we took a partition right from the center and divided into two halves. From red up to yellow green, the colors are called as warm colors. They give a very soothing warm effect, and that's why they are called warm colors, or we can also call them summer colors. So this is what we call as the right side of the color wheel, having warm colors. Now we move on to the other side. The other half, starting from the yellow blue completing till red violet, is called the cool colors or the winter colors. So these depict a very soothing wintry effect. So if you want to use something into the winter painting, you will definitely go for something which is more towards this half of the color wheel. Next time you will always have this in mind, that yes, I want to see something into the warm colors, something that brings a warm light, something that is more soothing to my eyes in the summer season, then you should go for these colors. Or if you want something very cold and something very calm, peaceful, then you should go for this side of the color wheel. So that's how we divide the warm and the cool colors. Okay, now that we have understood about warm and cool colors, let us move on to the broader schemes, the colors. What are actually color schemes? Color schemes are such a combination of colors when put together. It can be any 2, 3, 4 or more colors. When put together, they bring a very good combination and they look good with each other. They create a harmony with each other. That's why we call them a color scheme. So why don't we move on to the different types of color schemes that we have. Complementary color scheme, as the name suggests, is also known as the contrast color scheme. Why do we say contrast? Because it is two completely different colors, like one primary color plus the other primary colors when combined together makes a contrast color. So I will give you an easier way to remember this. When we look at this color wheel, whenever we put together two different colors that are equally opposite to each other, they make the complementary set. So when we talk about red, we can see that red is totally opposite to this green color. So that is why we have here red plus green is one of our combinations of complementary colors. Let us take it this way. Red plus green is our first combination. So our next combination is when we put together yellow. Let's say yellow. Yellow when put together, you can say directly opposite to violet color. So next one we have is yellow when put in front of violet color makes a second color scheme which is complementary. And the third one, we take the primary color blue. Now when this blue color is taken opposite to which one, guys? Orange color, that's right. So when we take blue in opposite to orange, that makes a third pair of our complementary or the contrast colors. Here you can have a look at it. Isn't this beautiful? So when we say give me something into a complete contrast color, or when we are going for a combination, when you're putting up a lehenga and you want a contrast dupatta to it, these colors should pop in your mind. So when your lehenga is a red color, you definitely like having a green color dupatta to make a complete contrast. Similarly goes for yellow and violet and blue and orange also. Try it next time whenever you're shopping, it will help you out. Okay guys, so after the complementary color scheme, next up we have is monochromatic color scheme. As the name suggests, the monochromatic color scheme is basically made out from one single color and we use the shades of that color. So let us have a look how it looks. Let's take red for example. So we add up the shades, different colors of reds that we have made previously. So that is a classic monochromatic scheme. Or we can take blue. Let's take different shades of blue. Okay. Yeah, right. So these are the two combinations of monochromatic color scheme. The first one that comprises of reds and shades. The second one that comprises of blue and blue shades. So that's how we make a monochromatic color scheme. Isn't that interesting? You can also go for a greenish color scheme. So here I'm taking green, shades of green, which can further move on to yellow also maybe. So that's also a classic monochromatic color scheme. Looks pretty. So these color schemes are basically used more in corporates and formal events, or when you want to show something that is more sophisticated and it looks elegant also. Okay guys, so now it's time for the third color scheme, which is the analogous or the adjacent color scheme. So under this analogous or the adjacent color scheme, as the name suggests, we are taking the colors that are adjacent to each other. Like we can see in this, any adjacent colors, be it red, violet, red and red, orange, or let us take violet, red, violet and red, any three or more adjacent colors that are just next to each other will form the analogous color scheme. So violet, and we take red along with it, and then we have to take the red orange one. So this is also an analogous color scheme. Or we can start with maybe green. So when we are taking green, we take blue green, and then we take the blue color scheme. This is also an analogous color scheme. So we can just go on creating these schemes, just adjacent colors combined with each other, so that they give a proper shade to any color. Also the monochromatic color scheme will also form among these color zones. This color scheme is generally used among the furnitures and the home furnishings, like you're taking a yellow orange and then we take a yellow color and then we take a green color. So this is also a nice analogous color scheme combination which goes well with many of the garments or the textures on the walls, the paints, the furnitures. You can take anything out of it. After that, the next color scheme we have is polychromatic color scheme. What is polychromatic? It can also be called as multicolored. So now you know that we are talking about multicolored scheme. So we can pick any color, any shade, any colors together put are called polychromatic color scheme. So here I'm taking just random colors, something. This is a polychromatic color scheme. It contains so many colors, yet it looks nice in some of the other objects also. Like you've seen colorful umbrellas, you've seen colorful garments, you've seen colorful mats. So this can definitely go there. Next up we have is a triadic color scheme. Now what is triadic? Since tri means 3, so we are taking 3 colors that are evenly spaced in our color wheel. So for that example, how about we take the primary colors? They are evenly spaced. We did it in the beginning. So since red is spaced evenly, then right after 3 blocks we have yellow, and right after 3 blocks we have blue. So this color scheme is a triadic color scheme when we are combining any 3 colors at equal intervals from the color wheel. Similarly, if we want to take the color scheme of complementary colors, the secondary colors, that becomes orange, green and violet. So this is also a triadic color scheme. The third triadic color scheme will be, let's take red orange. Then from red orange we have on equal space a lighter green, the yellow green, and then we have a blue violet. So this is also a triadic color scheme. And the fourth triadic color scheme that we have is from the color yellow orange, and then we take the bluish green and the red violet. So these are the 4 triadic schemes that we can create out of the color wheel. So these themes also go well. You've seen many times that one of your sofa is of some darker shade, say some of this color. The other 2 furnitures would be comprising of these colors, or maybe the cushion covers would be of these colors, and that will look nice as an ensemble. So these color schemes are variously used in the interior decorations, for the furnitures, for the soft furnishings and many more items. So after triadic color scheme we have tetradic color scheme. So as the name suggests, tetra means 4. So we have color schemes that are evenly spaced after each other. So there has to be 4 such colors. So first one I'm taking is red. So right after 2 blocks I have yellow orange. Right after 2 blocks I have green, and right after 2 blocks of green I have the bluish violet color there. So this is a tetradic color scheme. Similarly, if I start with reddish orange, I will take yellow since it's evenly spaced. After yellow I'm gonna take green, the bluish green, and after the bluish green I'm gonna take the violet color. So this is the second tetradic color scheme. This is easy to understand, and that's how we make this color scheme. So you can see these 3 beautiful color schemes that can be used variously. So try and apply these. The 7th color scheme that we are going to learn about is the split complementary color scheme. Since we have learnt about the complementary color scheme, I'm sure you will realize that complementary was one primary color combined with the opposite secondary color. So here what we are doing is we are taking one primary color and we combine it with the opposite tertiary colors instead of the secondary colors. So we are taking red and both the shades of greens with it. So this becomes the split complementary colors, which are exactly quite similar to the complementary color scheme. So for yellow we will have both the shades of blue here we are And now for blue, we will have both the shades of orange. So here we have both the shades of orange left with us. That's how this color scheme works. Split complementary is just exactly what we see here. The red color or any color, the opposite color is green, but we don't take green, we take the two adjacent green colors to it. Similarly, when we talk about yellow, we don't take violet, we take the two adjacent colors to violet. And when we talk about blue, we don't take orange, we take the two adjacent oranges for that matter. So this is how we have formed our color scheme. Now next very important color scheme is the achromatic color scheme, which is formed with the nude colors. So what are nude colors basically? We call black and white to be the nude colors, since they are not formed with the help of any other color, and these do not give any tinge of any colorful idea. So that's why we call them the nude colors. These are just the neutral ones. Many people call brown also as the nude color, but we will stick to black and white only, since brown can still be formed with darker shades of reds when mixed with blues or blacks. So that's why we are keeping only black and white as the nude colors. We are mixing black and whites into something. What is that color? That's a grey color, right? So grey and different shades of grey, be it steel grey, charcoal grey, light grey, smoke grey, any kind of grey is known as achromatic color scheme. I will just give you a small demo of it. So these are basically very well used among the photography sessions. You can see those black and white photographies. They are basically the grayscale photographies used for different color schemes. Alright, so now learning about all the color schemes, next up what we are going to do is our different types of hues and saturations and the luminescence. Basically, these can be done with three different types of techniques. The first one is hues, which is the shades of colors. Like different types of hues means what are the hues of reds. So when we are talking about reds, we can say orange, red orange, lighter orange, yellow orange are all hues of reds. These are all made from reds. That's why these are called hues of reds. Or we are talking about blue, we can say that blue, bluish greens, violets, or the darker violets are all hues of blues only. Now when we are talking about saturation, saturation is nothing but it shows the gradation of the purity of the color. So it shows that how much intense the color is. For example, let's just see. The more black I add, the more intense it will go on becoming. So this is a bit more darker. Adding more black will make it even more darker. So that's how we ensure the gradation of the color. The darkest being somewhere like this. olive type of color. So definitely the intensity of black shows the gradation or the saturation of the color. Now when we talk about luminescence, luminescence shows us the light in the color or the brightness of the color. So here I'm painting yellow as it is. Now if I go on adding a little light to the color, it will be with the help of white color. So I'm adding some white. Having understood these luminescence and saturations, we will move on to a very interesting topic, that is the tints and the shades and the tones of the colors. So first of all, we are going to talk about the tints of every color. Tints means adding white to any color, just illuminating the color. These are also called the baby colors, which we use in generally baby clothes or the baby blankets, baby furnishings, or you call them pastel colors also. These days, among summer seasons, pastel colors are very much trending. Now next up we have the shades. When we say shades, we add black to every color, that's right. Adding black will enhance the color. The richness or the depth of the color will increase. So these are the shades of any color. Now the last thing that we're going to see is tones. When we talk about tones, we add gray to every color to make the color more subtle and enhance the beauty of the color. These are about tints, shades and the tones. So in tints we have added white color, in shades we have added black color, and in tones we have added a bit of grey color to enhance it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you really liked the session, and I would be open for any kind of suggestions or any kind of thing that you would want me to take up in the next few sessions coming up. And also, if you really like the session, please do let me know. And if you're interested in a full-time fashion design course online, just let me know. I would also reply to that, and hopefully we'll see you in the next sessions. Okay, bye-bye. Have fun. Stay safe, but stay stylish. Thank you.